Welcome back, everybody, to the second half of Olympus Rises, where I think it's probably best if we jump in, we see how Will's week has been, and then we get loaded on the ship. Let's see what's going on with everybody else. Hello.
Hello. So I guess it's just me and you.
I guess so.
Cool.
Hi.
Oh, hello, hi.
Hello.
Will, are you there? Okay, good. Matt, I think is here.
I'm super here.
Cool.
Will, hello.
Just here.
Okay, well, I was gonna say, oh, hey, we're gonna ask how Will's week was, and then see everybody running onto the ship. But you know what? Since he's still unconscious, why don't we just jump to everybody running on the ship?
Well, good news I want to share first is that it's going to be 45 degrees tomorrow morning.
I know. I'm gonna open my windows as soon as the game's
Yeah.
over.
Yeah, in Florida, it's going to be 45.
Yep.
Huh.
That's wonderful.
It was high of like 68 today or something like that, and there was
Yeah.
like a 15 mile an hour breeze. It's not even really a breeze, like wind, just all day,
Yeah.
like 15 miles an hour. We had like
But
30
it was
mile an hour
nasty.
gusts or whatever. So I think that Oha being the first one out, is like she's doing a thing where like she's waiting frantically at the bottom for the ramp to come all the way down because she can't, like, she's got to wait for the ramp to like slowly descend, and it's agonizingly slow. And I think that as it hits the bottom, she jumps onto it, and the rest of you are running out behind her, and we see Amelia dragging Gogo, with Chan like kind of trundling up with Dr. Fisher in his arms. We see Oscar teleport into the scene and then like begin power walking, his power walk that he does in his power armor. Which
Murder
is,
walk.
yeah, which it's like creaking and like smoking from places a little bit. Because your power
been a
armor got
rough
kind of
day.
beat up. Yeah,
It's been a rough day.
it's been a rough 48 hours for the group of you, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you don't remember, prior to all of this
Shot
even happening,
in case y'all were.
yeah, prior to all this happening, this is still like technically the same 48 hours in which the ship almost got destroyed.
Yeah, nobody has slept.
Correct.
in-
Yeah, no, absolutely correct. So, you're all like getting up the loading ramp. Fortunately, I assume you're taking up the rear. A couple of Barba guys probably do like come running around the corner and you just pick them off.
Yeah.
And so then I think Gogo, you're sprinting up on the ship, right? Getting to the cockpit and flicking all the buttons and turning everything on.
Yeah, and I want to do a quick check to make sure nothing fishy has been done to the ship in our absence.
Okay, it'll slow down your startup time a little bit, but you can do that.
Well, it might behoove us to do that if when we
It
start
might.
up it doesn't explode. So,
Okay, good.
just a thought.
Or that it's still not being
Okay.
controlled by an AI. That's
Correct, because last time I left it, there was an AI, which we now know who it is, but still.
Yeah, so I think that this is either, depending on how you want to do it, it's either computers or tech astronautic. If you want to like physically inspect systems, or if you want to digitally inspect systems. Now, you understand the risks associated with that. Physically inspecting is going to take way more time. Digitally inspecting can be altered, right? Like,
With Oha's assistance, I would do a computer check.
okay.
Since she
Oha
was
can
kind of
definitely-
also part of that.
Yeah, she can
Whole
definitely
incident
try
before.
and assist. With intelligence here.
Intelligence or wisdom?
Intelligence. This is actively looking through computer stuff. It's not finding the things; it's knowing what the things are that you're
Yeah.
seeing. Not bad, yeah. So you definitely get a +1 on your computer check.
Oh, it's a 5.
You want to reroll?
I don't notice anything's happened. No, because I think that I need it. So.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So yeah, you
Weird.
like the diagnostic comes up. Oha pulls up the diagnostic. So like, she pulls it up fine, but then she doesn't look at it. She sends it to you, and then like you're reading through the diagnostic and everything looks fine to you. So you just slide it off your screen and then get to work powering up the ship. Fortune, I assume you're doing that thing where you're standing on the loading ramp, like as it's rising up and like picking anybody off that comes out.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So I think
Obviously, cinematic as possible for
as cinematic as possible. I think that as the ramp is like closing, a couple of guys like are running out, and you hit, maybe you fire at some of them, but then you hear like the blaster fire, or the I've been playing too much Star Wars. The laser rifle fire like striking off the hull. Laser rifles can't hurt a ship, so don't worry about that. So then where do you go once that's done? Like, do you immediately go to the weapons, or?
Yeah, probably.
Okay. Battle stations? Is that what's going on?
Yeah.
Okay. What about you, Oscar?
If I don't kill those last people, I would like to tell them that Clara says hello before we leave.
Okay.
I mean, I think what happens, Oscar's probably there with Fortune, and he just like, cues up another explosion to seal the exit.
Yeah, like the doorway you guys came out.
Yeah. Like as soon as everyone's out, he's just gonna, put another telekinetic.
Yeah, you're gonna try and blast the greenhouse down, basically.
In the way. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, so we probably hear that go off. Like, the scene probably is like the ramp comes up and like quiet kind of settles over, except for like the powering up of the engines. And then like Oscar and Fortune are just looking at each other, and then we just hear like from outside.
Yeah, just closing off the exit. That's all.
Just like both of you probably just shrug.
Yeah. Meh. Next.
Okay, good. Chan's obviously bringing Dr. Fisher directly to the med bay. Yes.
Back. I think Discord's cut.
Yeah, I think you are cutting out of Discord. Everybody else can hear me just fine, right?
I can.
I think Matt's having Discord issues. Or internet issues. I don't know. Whichever one applies more. So, Go-Go, the ship gets powered up, and you begin your takeoff. Now, I will forewarn you.
I want to try to queue up the route that we took before, the like log of the route that the nav computer took us, and I just want to reroute it.
Cool. So make me a navigation check, which you are good at. To just retrace intelligence. Just retrace the route you came in.
Hell yeah!
Holy shit.
Would you like to reroll that?
I fucking reroute the shit out of that.
I was gonna shoot missiles at you. But I think
15.
I think that like, so the route you came in was navigated by an AI, which means it was perfect. There's nothing wrong with it. There's no way that a human could accomplish the same feat, but you're not just any normal human, Go-Go. And I think that you map out the exact perfect route to get you out of here. That like it's your savant moment, right? Where you just see it, just like you see it before it even happens. Like you see the route in your head. In fact, I think Go-Go, I don't even think you plug in a navigational route. You just know it. Like you just remember the way the ship came in.
It's like muscle memory.
Yeah, and you just fly the ship immediately out. And we see like we see as the ship takes off and rockets into the atmosphere. We see the guys come running out of the building, like shooting their laser rifles. And as they're doing that, then we probably see them turn around, and we see like a silver guardian like descend on them and like begin tearing them apart.
Yes.
As you all careen out of
I was
the
gonna ask
city.
if I could shoot back at them, but that's better.
So much better.
Yeah, and so as you guys are approaching, everything appears to be fine, but there are a couple of things that you do know now. You've caused enough noise that the relative like lack of attention in the air is probably gone now. And so I think that what dawns upon all of you is this is a war zone, and there's not just ground forces here. And I think that perhaps we can tell that you guys need to get out of here and quickly. Because
there's certainly been some radio chatter.
Yeah,
Like
the Kuchera Syndicate do have ships in the area, and they are probably informed now that there is the presence of some threat in your general vicinity. So I think that as a general understanding to all of the crew, you are now being hunted until you're able to drill through again and get out.
Like I said, I have faith in you, Gogo.
Where that comes into play
Fucking ready,
will
let's go.
depend on how you all act within the next few rounds.
We're gonna drill right now.
But I think
in atmosphere.
That would be
Why
bad.
not?
Let's not do that.
Let's drill from the surface of the planet before we even get off the ground.
So do you remember in Halo 2, it was a Halo 2 or Halo 3, when they tried to warp inside of the city and it basically altered the space-time continuum and blew everything up? That would happen, but only to you guys.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. It'd be bad. It'd be bad news.
By cool you mean horrifying, then yes.
That would be the point at which I do just say, your ship blows up, you die.
And it would be deserved.
So, I think that you all are able to escape into the atmosphere without any ill effect. It's really the pursuit on your 6-hour journey out of the gravity well that's going to be the problem. Because that's how long it takes to escape the gravity well of the planet to actually be able to make a drive jump. So, during that time, Gogo, I assume you are just dialed in.
Yeah, if people even try to like communicate with me at all, it's like I don't hear them. I'm hyper focused.
Yeah. So the roar of the storm has died down somewhat, and Oscar and Fortune, you guys can take stock of what's going on now.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you do to assist in the let's get the hell out of here as fast as possible? Also, somebody probably might want to tend to Dr. Fisher at some point. Anyone has any medical training at all besides Gogo. He's stable, but that doesn't necessarily mean that he's out of the woods.
Yeah,
the only
so
person that
if
can
he's,
assist
like-
is Gogo.
Yeah, like
Guys,
if
I
he,
can't do everything, okay?
yeah, like if he gets knocked off the medical table and hits his head, he could immediately go back into shock and begin dying again.
Well, I think during the initial, like before even checking in with like Amelia, like she's on the ship.
Yep.
He knows that much. They're going to have a good long conversation about what the hell happened. However, Oscar would, during, the initial escape, like the nav check that Gogo just made and all of that, Oscar would go to the med bay to see to Fisher.
Yeah, okay. So yeah, you run off, and Chan is probably finishing like kind of tenderly strapping Dr. Fisher into the medical bed, so that exact thing doesn't happen, right? So he doesn't fly off and hit his head. And as he's doing that, he turns and looks at you, and for the first time, Oscar, you can see like his chest cavity is opened up, and like there's some bandages wrapped around it, but not very well, and he's just kind of standing there looking at you passively.
Yeah, that's the other reason why he's going on. So he goes up to Chan and he says, Chan, good job. Make sure he's secured.
Yes, indeed.
And he helps him fasten Fisher down, and just to make sure that Oscar has it's likelier, I think, that Oscar would finish the job in killing Fisher if he tried to roll a med check.
I mean, funny enough, Chan does have a 0.
Yeah, Oscar has a -1. However,
Yeah, and like just to be clear, like the best thing you could do for Dr. Fisher right now is succeed on a med check to like bring him to 1 HP so he's at least conscious. He's not going to be moving around or doing a whole lot until he naturally recovers, but you can like wake him up.
So, jeez.
At this point, I don't think you can kill him. You just won't restore health.
Yeah, as long as you don't like
Right,
wake
just
up,
don't-
Fisher, and
yeah.
like slam your fist into his chest. As long as you don't do that, he'll be okay.
Okay, so he's. Well, I was gonna say I could use stasis on him, but he's already stabilized. Like,
Right.
I
If you
can't
had
do
the higher
anything now.
levels, then you could definitely like help him out here.
Yeah, but right now Oscar can't do more than stabilize him.
Right.
I think he is actually gonna try and like rifle through his kit a bit
Okay.
and see if there's anything that he can dig out.
Well,
to-
let's see what's remaining of his kit. Dr. Fisher. How was your week, by the way, sir?
Bad now that I get back and everything's. I feel like the community gif where I get back with pizza and
You know,
It's a solid comparison.
Jordan, I still have 2 med kits on me.
Do, yes.
So
yeah, and we've never really dealt with like somebody unconscious and then using med kits on them before, except for you that one time, Oscar, where we just kind of like revived him. So if you want to use a med kit, I'll allow it. But I think that like I'm pretty sure how I rolled it before is like you can burn a med kit and get him to 1 health, because I think that's what happened last time. When you went unconscious, I remember
seem
something
to
about
remember
that.
That's exactly.
Yeah. Now,
Well,
you
I
still have
can't
to
remember if we
pass the
rolled
check,
for
though.
health.
Yeah, you have to make a tech med check, and then if you pass, it's 1 HP.
Yeah, it's 1 HP, and then if you use any subsequent med kits, you can then begin to restore more life.
Yeah.
To Dr. Fisher.
Yeah,
We could have Chan assist too.
Yeah.
I don't
As
know
long as he
that I
doesn't touch
want
anything.
Chan touching him. I'm just gonna roll with the med kit
should I
to see if I
what
can.
items I still have. Use them.
Yeah, why don't you roll a luck save, Dr. Fisher? Because I want to see what items. Let me open up your character sheet here.
Do we have any blue shit?
We do.
'Cause, like,
There's
Well,
That's-
I'm looking.
one
Well,
or
here's the
two
thing.
left.
I'm looking at his character sheet here, and something that he had on him was that proton scalpel. So
Ooh.
that's definitely
I
small
will
enough to have been
literally
ripped.
flip this table if you get rid of that.
It's your luck save. I'm not rolling anything.
You put me in this position.
I am
Jordan.
but an arbiter of rules.
You put me right out in the open and got me killed in the first place.
I would like a ruling
you
from the
don't-
crowd. Was he there before or after?
He didn't move you from where you moved before.
Yeah.
Oh. Why don't you roll that luck save there, Dr. Fisher?
I hate you all.
Oh
Fuck
my god.
you.
I'm gonna delete some things off your character sheet.
That's not a bad fail.
Not a bad fail. Definitely not. You lost one of these, so another one and probably. Okay. Cool. There you go. That's your current inventory there, Dr. Fisher.
He's really quiet.
I didn't hear a table flip, so I think
I didn't either.
No, that was the one.
I think he's rifling through his inventory sheet to find out what's missing.
I am. What is missing?
If you
Perfect.
can't tell,
You
it's
know,
fine.
That's
good.
actually
This is actually
perfect.
super appropriate.
Yeah,
Because
uh-huh.
you're just gonna
This is-
go
this
to
is-
use something at some
Yeah.
point and be like, wait a sec.
I
Wait,
had one
why
of
isn't it on
these.
my character sheet? I used to have this.
Well, okay, so
Okay.
do
I
I
see what's
find
actually on.
anything? Do I find anything useful in rummaging through his kit?
You
Because if I
find-
don't, I'm just going to use my own.
You find a single blue this stem, which you know is the weird blue stuff.
That's the stasis one, right?
Yes.
I don't want you. You're already stabilized.
Yeah, I don't think you need the system. He's
It
looking
does
for.
heal 12 hours.
Oh, right, yeah. It would heal him in 12 hours. That's true.
Yeah, but we might need you in 1 hour.
True.
Oscar's not concerned about how you're feeling. He's concerned about any of us making it out at all.
Yeah. So yeah,
This is
if you want to burn that med pack, you just need a basic success, so a 6 or higher,
Yeah, that's probably your best.
to get him to 1 health, and then he could even self-treat at that point and probably be better off. This is basically the equivalent of like hitting him with some adrenaline.
yeah. I am actually. Can I justify that Chan helps with this? Like,
Yeah, channel make a roll.
like in that he's at least strapping him down, and that's making it easier to make a basic roll to shoot him full of some.
Yeah, Chan can roll a check of some sort here to assist you. Let's see.
Med check with.
Yeah, I mean, probably a med check. Like, oh, here's what Chan's probably doing. He's probably like, can you actually roll a med check with
Intelligence
I was gonna say wisdom here.
or wisdom, yeah.
A med check with wisdom. Maybe he's helping
So
you
you-
evaluate.
Nope.
No, he does not assist you.
There's no assistance occurring.
Well, I mean,
There's not a whole lot of assistance occurring
that
there.
probably represents the portion of Chan that is still with us to help.
Correct.
Rip Chan.
Okay.
Aw.
Med check
What
with intelligence in this case. Hey, look at that.
Yeah. One
So,
health.
Dr. Fisher, your eyes begin to like flicker open, and like you're coming to you. It's the fuzzy like you open your eyes out of the like in the video game, right? You like it's kind of fuzzy, and you like look around, and you realize like slowly that you're like strapped to a table. And there's this big light over you, and you see like just the shadow of Oscar standing over you.
Like, everything hurts,
yeah, no, you are.
but it's like you can like that adrenaline where you know it hurts, but you can work through it because of the.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Good morning, Fisher. Yeah, be that as it may, we may need you at the comms terminal.
Mister, you're not sure if you can move.
Can you move
Well, he's still strapped down, so I think
True.
me?
it's like, and yeah, Oscar says, yeah, one moment. Chan, help me undo him again.
Yeah.
And he's undoing the straps, and he says, you took a good shot. More than a good shot, actually.
Looks like I'm the one that needs the healing.
Most definitely. However, that may not. We're still in atmosphere.
What? Why? What?
Gogo is busily working to remove us from the present situation.
Is it apt at that time that we hear an explosion outside?
It's fine, everything's fine.
Yeah, it's actually just like it was a backfire from one of the engines being pushed too hard. Like, ship kind of rattles and shakes. It kind of feels like you've been hit, but it's totally fine.
So, yeah, he says, under other circumstances, Fisher, and he kind of trails off. He pauses and he says, I don't wish you pain. However, if we're to survive at all, we may need your help. Don't think ill of me. And he's, continuing to unstrap him and like.
So, Dr. Fisher, do you like get up from the table after you're done being unstrapped?
There's still like a las patch on your neck.
Yeah.
And like.
Yeah, in fact, it's probably that feeling like, so if you ever like have something on your neck, your voice kind of sounds like a bit deeper, and like there's this weird like kind of reverberation when you have like a patch or something resting on your neck. You can kind of like hear your own voice in your head a little bit deeper.
Baby, it's cold outside.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, you maybe gently kind of touch the last patch. You can see it, and it's probably important to leave it on because it's probably keeping you alive right now. And then I think you also see Chan, who's kind of just standing there, like tattered clothing and armor falling off of his chest. I don't know if you got the full description, but Chan took all of that blaster fire or that laser rifle fire like directly to the chest, and then like ran back around to the corner to go like nothing happened. But like his whole shirt is completely like sheared off. It's all like fused to the skin because it's all melted onto him. But he looks totally fine, like nothing ever happened. And he probably even says to you, he always says, "Hello, Dr. Fisher. It's good to see you up and about again."
Thank you, Chan.
Yeah, I think Oscar sets to work at least. He probably at least grabs just like a giant roll of gauze and starts binding Chan's torso, like just literally wrapping him up, not trying to even address. That's fully out of his depth.
Yeah.
So like I don't even want to try and make a roll, but he mummifies Chan's torso.
Yeah. Go ahead, done the patchwork, but now it is you're putting the proper bandages on.
Trying to at least bind him up, if for no other reason than to make him look less upsetting when he goes up to the bridge. Seriously, he's just trying to make it look a little prettier.
Yeah. Do you say anything, Dr. Fisher?
It's fine.
Oscar's still in his assault suit, so
yeah,
he's probably not at risk currently.
Oh, they had that conversation. He hasn't forgotten
right.
what was said back in the house.
I'll deal with Chan fully later. Oh.
Yeah, he says, as he's doing that, he says, again, Fisher, I'm genuinely sorry. Can you see to yourself?
Is it possible to just plug my data slab into the ship and
like reroute the comms panel to here?
Yes.
Well, do you want to like remote doctor yourself?
Yeah.
Is that what you're?
Well, no. I think he wants to operate the comms from the med bay.
Oh.
I definitely think so. I definitely think that's a relatively basic computers check. However, I think it will probably increase the difficulty of all your rolls by 1 because there's lag time. Right? Like to get from the console to you in the med bay, then you input, then back to the console in the bridge, and then actually activate command. It's milliseconds, but that might be the difference between life and death in a situation like that.
I'm at 1 HP. I physically cannot get off this table.
Sure.
So
yeah, so why don't you make me a computers roll? Basic success, a 6, and you can just reroute it pretty simply. If you get like a 10's pretty good, yeah. So you have no problem just rerouting the system directly to you.
It's been ran once before. You just had to plug it in.
And I think here's the deal. 10's pretty good, so I think what you can do is you're still going to get that +1 difficulty, but you can add a +1. You get 1 +1 to spend, basically.
Okay.
You get 1 assist roll to spend while using the comms console from the medbay. That makes sense.
Sure.
Cool.
Yeah, I think I get on comms and hey guys, I've managed to get the comms panel to me. It's it's fine.
Yeah, it's probably just before you hear that. We go back to the bridge, and Oha looks at you, Gogo, and she says, Gogo, I think it's happening again. Somebody's taking control of the comms panel.
Like, shit. So she's like frantically trying to go through diagnostics.
Yeah.
And then I think she sees where it's going.
Yeah.
Oh, never mind. It's fine. She just goes back to
Fisher chirps over the
yeah, exactly.
Hey guys.
So Fortune, you probably are up at the bridge by that point as well. Yeah. You're probably up at the bridge at that point and like walk in and you see Oha and Gogo just like operating. Gogo's like white knuckling the fucking steering console, flying as fast as physically possible. Do you say anything or do anything when you get there?
Is there anything in here that needs immediate attention?
I mean, the ship was kind of broken when we.
Yeah, ship's kind of fucked up.
The ship's a little fucked up, so I'm sure there's something you can do.
I would at least try to like maybe put things back in where they're supposed to go, so like wires aren't hanging out if they are.
Sure, yeah. So you go around to like the panels and stuff,
but making it look better. See, like we're doing with Chan.
Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly. Wow. And like you're putting panels back on where they're supposed to be, so they don't become projectiles later.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah, you're PMCSing the the bridge. Perfect. I love it. Fantastic. That's something you can just do, I think. So we see the ship, like the ship does that thing where like all of a sudden everything becomes quiet. We don't hear the wind whipping by the hull anymore because you've broken out of the atmosphere and you're kind of in space now. And Gogo, you do some quick calculations and you aim the ship in the closest possible path to get you out of the gravity well as fast as possible, which is usually 6 hours, but I want to give you an opportunity to make that shorter. So, and this is for the whole crew as well, anything you can do to contribute. Obviously, a navigation roll here would be appropriate to just map where the gravity well is going to be the narrowest, like, wherever the quickest way to get out is. Making the ship go faster via some sort of tech astronautics or some sort of power siphoning from other places, that kind of stuff. Speed is always of the essence. Or anything else that you might think, I would say if you had any cargo, like cargo. I mean, it doesn't really matter in space, but it does because you guys have gravity on the ship, so it might actually matter as far as like maneuverability is concerned. Physically, like pushing mass. The ship. Yeah, it's still mass, exactly. So there's that. But I don't think you have any cargo right now at all.
We don't.
There is Stanley though.
And there is a little girl named Amelia.
Yeah, you don't know where she is. She's not even present.
Okay, good. I'd probably ask Gogo if there's something I can turn off so that she can route power from that to the engines.
Yeah, I mean,
Med bay.
I mean,
yeah, that
so
seems like no problem.
so like one of the crazier things though is like you could turn off the like life support.
Well, I was actually looking at the list of like things that are actually like on
The ship, yeah,
Oh
that
my
use
God.
I
power.
actually, I actually think what I'm gonna do is no, this is a bad idea.
I can go turn
But
off the armory.
well, I was gonna say any defenses in terms of weaponry or
Yeah.
arms and shielding, I think is what our only options are.
Yeah, one of the biggest pulls is the multifocal laser that you guys have.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I think that Gogo turns to you and she goes, "You're not gonna like it," but and like spews off the list, and it's all ammunitions basically.
I'd probably look at it and be like, the lasers. I mean, I'll do everything but the lasers. How about that?
She goes, "Lasers would be the only thing that would make it worth it."
I don't know. The armory's pulling power. The atmospheric configuration's pulling power.
The armory actually doesn't pull any power.
Oh no.
Nope. Atmospheric configuration doesn't pull any power either. It's literally just like the ship has landing gear
Oh.
and like stabilizers. Things that do pull power that you guys currently have, the weapons, obviously. I would say fuel scoops, but you know,
We don't have those anymore.
correct.
Neither do we have escape pods.
Correct. Thank you, Matt. Appreciate that. Yeah, the only things that pull power on your ship are technically life support, and the weapons and the I always call it polycremic, but it's polyceramic overlaid. Is that?
We don't even have that
You
anymore.
don't even have
It's
that anymore.
broken.
Yeah, it's broken. Yeah.
I was trying to
But-
fix it, but
Right. No, so it's broken, but technically, like, power hasn't been routed away from it. If
Okay.
it has power, let me see.
Okay. Isn't it just like a
It's just physical armor.
think so,
physical
yeah.
coating? Like, I don't think that that's actually a thing.
Polyceramic. Why is this in alphabetical order, but it's not here?
Because it's hardened polyceramic overlay.
Oh, thank you.
Hardened, yeah.
Thank you. Still not here. That's
Okay, so my suggestion
But
would be
yeah.
to turn off the laser.
Yeah, I
Whether
think-
you do that or not is up to you.
Okay, if that's the only thing
Yeah,
on the list,
I
then
think-
it's going to be turned off.
I think life support or the laser here are the two options available to you.
How long can we go without life support?
So, however much air is in the ship, right? So there's only 6 of you. Well, there's Stanley, so I guess there's technically 7, and technically one of you doesn't breathe. So
Technically, 2 don't have to breathe.
True. Go would be fine, to be
Yeah.
fair.
I'm thinking of you guys, really.
But I would say that you could definitely go the 6 hours with just what the air that's in the holds, because you guys have large holds that hold a lot of air, right? There's a lot of air volume inside of the
If
ship.
Oscar's in his suit, he's limited only
Right.
by
And so, like,
batteries,
that's the other
so
thing,
he
too, is,
doesn't
like,
count.
You guys could turn it off and then all get in exosuits, and as long as you have batteries, you'll be fine, because they're environmentally sealed. So it's actually not that risky. The risky part is if you can't turn it back on, you go into drill space and then you don't have food or water. That's the part about the life support that is dangerous, not the air portions.
I have faith we'll be able to turn it back on, so I'd turn that off.
Okay. Yeah.
And
Porque
the
no
lasers.
los dos, though. Because then we could get double the power, right?
I mean, yeah, I mean, there's going to be a risk associated here, with like frying engines and stuff. Things can only take so much power. They only have so many resistors.
Oh, we're 3 to the hour, so let's make a decision.
Yeah.
Meg.
So
Listen,
Roll.
I've told my two things. Whether he turns them off or not is on him.
yeah, so
Go ahead and
if
turn them both off.
yeah,
Hell
so
yeah.
you can power them both down. It's the rerouting that gets tricky. So it's the same deal, kind of whatever you think is most appropriate. And Chan can definitely help with this. He has Tech Astronautics at 1.
Yeah, I was gonna ask Chan to help me.
You can Tech Astronautics to like physically reroute lines, or you can digitally reroute lines. Which essentially the difference is physically rerouting them will give you more of a boost, but be riskier. Digitally rerouting them will always it doesn't turn off the wires and move them around, right?
Yeah.
But it's still, so there's still residual flow going throughout those portions of the ship. It just won't be as much.
I'd probably ask Chan which way's faster.
Digitally for sure, he would tell
Would
you.
it be computers? Yeah.
Okay, then I'd be like, okay, can I help you redo this, or you help me, or I help you?
Let's see.
He has a 1 in Tech Astronautics and a 0 in computer. So I don't know
Yep.
what you have.
I have a -1 in computer and a -1 in tech astronautics. So.
Why
Well,
are you
Oha's
doing
up
this
there on the
then?
bridge, so she could.
Yeah, that's true. Oha can also.
Oha could do it. Yep. If you want to assist Oha, that would probably be better.
Yeah,
this is
let's do
Oha.
that. And she has better computers, I would imagine.
Well,
Well, it's not that she has better
Slightly.
computers. She has a better intelligence.
Or sure, a
Yeah.
higher modifier,
And
whatever.
me assisting will be turning things off.
Okay, sure. So you want to do... I would say you turning things off is going to be Tech Astronautics, because you're physically going to points and turning them off.
With dexterity?
Wisdom, probably.
Dang it.
You're identifying the proper things in the moment. Hey, look at that. That is a
Nice.
success. So Oha can have a +1 on a computer's intelligence roll to kind of digitally reroute power.
Oh boy.
7's a pass.
7 is a pass. So the difference between digital and physical here is you're not going to get as much power. So even with both things off, Gogo, you're only going to get the equivalent of that +1.
Okay, better than nothing.
Yeah, better than nothing. Better than nothing here, certainly. So the ship can be increased by 1 speed, essentially, which is going to get you there a little bit faster. Also note that, just in case you guys get into any hullabaloo, that you have a +1 speed, but also don't have weapons or...
Well, I mean, I can always ask to borrow a rocket launcher.
No hullabaloo is going to occur. It's fine.
Okay, good.
Alright, so I'm gonna roll nav now with 1.
Yeah, do you want to roll a navigation check? Sure. Yeah, roll a navigation check and we'll see.
With
I mean,
what?
you're great at these. Intelligence, I think. You're mapping a 6-hour flight. See that 15 again. Holy shit.
Holy shit.
Ha!
Yeah. So I think you're gonna do it in 4 hours. Between
Hell yeah.
the extra power that you have, and perhaps, since we know gravitational waves are actually a thing now, perhaps you figure out some way to ride right behind a wave, so that you can jump at the first possible moment. You're not going to be like completely out of the gravity well of the system, but you're going to do it in the downslope, right? In between the two gravitational waves, so that you can actually drill out in time and make it out.
Yeah, it's a trick Bay taught me.
Probably yes.
Okay.
Probably yes. Cool, awesome. So, what I would like everyone to do now is roll me a luck save. Now, there is application here. Everybody do it with advantage. Because there is an application here of you guys have done really well at...
Oh god. So
You're
many
welcome.
failures.
I rolled an 8 and a 3.
So, it
Wow.
is 2 and 2, which you know what that means. There needs to be a tiebreaker roll here.
Oh god.
And who oh, well, I know who's going to be the tiebreaker. It's going to be Amelia.
Oh, that sounds about right.
Amelia's going to be the tiebreaker here. with advantage.
Yeah.
All right. So, the group of you probably like the fail for the first two, even though it's not technically you two, is you pick up something on your scanners. It's approaching you at a rapid rate, fast, moving in quickly, and you're able to get lucky enough in this scenario that it slows down and begins to conduct like a sweeping search. So your luck here has held out in the fact that its scanners are not powerful enough to reach you at the edge of the range. They don't see where you went. They're trying to pick up your trail, but it's going to take them too long to pick up your trail and pursue you before you're able to get it out of the system. So, congratulations. You've escaped the planet.
Hooray!
Yeah.
So, Gogo, I'm going to use your previous navigation check. You're 14.
Sounds good.
But I am going to roll some.
And it's a fail.
Oh, let's see how good it is here.
I'm scared.
I gotta find the proper chart here.
That's too much searching. I don't like that.
I know, this seems bad.
I had to see how many I had to add here. Okay, fantastic.
So
So
13 greater than 12?
the jump that you make, were you intending to go to 0209 or 0108?
I don't actually remember which is in which.
So you're at 0008. You're at the far left bottom corner.
Yes,
of
I
the
see
map.
that.
And you need to get to 0308. In the charge. Sure. Either way, it's going to be 2 jumps regardless.
Yeah, so I mean, I guess there's no reason why we can't go the path with planets, right? Well, what are those planets?
Well, yeah, so 0108 and 0209 are the 2 that have planets on them.
Yeah, I'm just trying to see, look at the planets. Okay, this
yeah,
one
so
we have literally no connection with and nothing to add. And then what's this one? Oh, and Thune. Okay,
click of
cool.
this.
Yeah, good. Yes, I will go that way.
So you want to go to Thune first, 0209?
Correct.
Okay. I do need you to make me another navigation check, though, please.
Okay. Oh.
Would you like to re-roll that?
I need an 8, right?
Yeah.
So, yes.
Yeah.
I mean, that's literally the lowest I can almost roll.
So,
yeah.
Go. You jump, and then it's about 30 minutes later. You drop out of drill space. You don't know where you are. You're certainly not where you're supposed to be. It's going to take it's going to take 3 days to get there. So you plug in coordinates again. And when you go to make this navigation check, you realize that you are very off course. Wherever you are doesn't exist in your star charts. And the first thing you do is you pull up what you can about like your trail behind you, and your 9 is representative of you backtracking and then making another jump, essentially by triangulating your position, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you go back into drill space, and you make it into drill space fine. And we cut to the scene of